Before the world had form, before time began, there was only darkness. Silence stretched across everything. No humans, no life, no knowledge. Only Allah, the All-Wise, existed, and His will was ready to shape the first human. Imagine a universe waiting, a void pregnant with possibilities. And then the most merciful spoke. From clay, from the very soil of the earth, Allah molded the first human. Not just a being of flesh and blood, but one destined to carry knowledge, reason, and the power to choose. This is the story of Adam, the first human, the first prophet, and the first writer. But knowledge comes with responsibility, and freedom comes with temptation. What happens when the first human is given the greatest gift of all, yet faces the first test? The answer would shape all of humanity. Allah gathered clay of every color and texture, red, black, white, brown, blending it together in a harmony that reflected the diversity of all creation. From this clay, the shape of a man slowly emerged, each movement guided by the divine hand. The Qur'an says, "And we did certainly create man from clay of altered black mud." Surah Al-Hijr. As the clay took form, Adam's limbs flexed, his chest rose and fell, and then his eyes opened for the first time. Windows to a mind yet to be filled with knowledge, yet to understand the world. Then Allah bestowed upon him a gift that no other creature had: knowledge. Adam learned the names of everything: the stars, the animals, the mountains, the rivers, every living thing. This knowledge was more than words. It was understanding, awareness, the first spark of human reasoning. Allah commanded the angels to bow in respect to Adam. All obeyed except one, Iblis. Filled with pride and arrogance, he refused. The Qur'an says he refused and was arrogant. Surah Al-Baqarah. And so, from the very beginning, humanity faced its first challenge. Wisdom and knowledge were a gift. Allah placed Adam and Hawa in a garden of unimaginable beauty. Rivers shimmered like liquid light, trees bore fruits of every color and flavor, and flowers whispered scents sweeter than anything yet imagined. Here, there was no hunger, no sorrow, no pain. Everything was theirs, except for one command. The Qur'an says, "O Adam, dwell, you and your wife, in paradise, and eat freely from wherever you will. But do not approach this tree, or you will be of the wrongdoers." Surah Al-Baqarah. Paradise was not only comfort, it was a school. Every moment, Adam and Hawa learned patience and trust. They explored the garden, discovering patterns in nature, marveling at creatures they had names for, and delighting in the order of creation. Hawa would laugh as she watched birds take flight. Adam would trace shapes in the sand, imagining the possibilities of life beyond this garden. Every day brought wonder, yet one command stood as a silent test of obedience and trust. But paradise was also a place where free will would be tested. Iblis, the deceiver, slithered in shadows, whispering doubts into their hearts. "Why would Allah forbid you this fruit?" he hissed. "Surely it will make you like him, knowing all things." Curiosity stirred in Adam and Hawa, and the forbidden fruit glimmered invitingly. For the first time they faced choice, not instinct, not desire, but reason, curiosity, and temptation. And then they slipped. They took the fruit, unaware of the full weight of their action. The Qur'an says, "Then Satan caused them to slip out of it." Surah Al-A'raf. Suddenly, the innocence of paradise was shattered. Shame, fear, and regret flooded their hearts. They realized they had disobeyed Allah, and the perfection of paradise had been replaced with the first taste of human consequence. This was humanity's first lesson. Even the first humans could err, yet the path to truth remained open. Adam and Hawa fell to their knees, hearts trembling. Tears streamed down their faces as they called upon Allah in sincere repentance. They had never experienced fear like this, never felt the burden of disobedience. And yet, Allah's mercy was greater than their fear. The Qur'an says, "Then Adam received from his Lord words of revelation, and he accepted his repentance." Surah Al-Baqarah. Forgiveness flowed, and the first human understood an eternal truth. Mistakes are part of being human, but seeking Allah's guidance and returning to Him restores the soul. In that moment, Adam felt hope, a renewed connection with his Creator, and the knowledge that no misstep, no matter how great, could sever the bond with divine mercy. With repentance came understanding. Adam's mind was now ready for greater gifts. Allah granted him knowledge of life itself, how to live, how to observe, and how to record the world around him. The Qur'an says, "And he taught Adam the names, all of them." Surah Al-Baqarah. Imagine Adam sitting on the soft earth, carving symbols into clay, naming creatures as he observed them, experimenting, learning, and teaching Hawa. This was the first act of writing, the first act of human reasoning, the first step toward civilization. Angels watched silently, witnessing the beginning of human intellect. This knowledge was not just practical, it was divine. From this gift came reflection, understanding, and the power to shape the future. Adam's curiosity blossomed. He questioned, explored, and marveled at creation, laying the foundation for all human discovery. Then came the ultimate test. Allah placed Adam and Hawa on earth, a world of beauty, but also of struggle. The Qur'an says, "Then Adam received from his Lord guidance, and he placed him on earth." Surah Al-Baqarah. Earth was untamed, full of challenges. Rivers needed to be crossed, wild animals encountered, shelter built. Yet Adam taught the first humans to cultivate the land, to seek sustenance, and to live in harmony with Allah's guidance. This was life's first lesson outside paradise. Every joy must be earned, every survival a test of patience, gratitude, and faith. Adam and Hawa raised their children to understand that every action mattered, and that guidance was only found through obedience to Allah. Adam's life became a beacon for humanity. He taught his children, worship Allah, avoid arrogance, and never forget repentance. Every generation inherited this guidance, passing it down, ensuring that the light of knowledge and faith would never fade. Mistakes were inevitable. Knowledge was a gift, and faith was the foundation of life. The Qur'an reminds us, "And he taught Adam the names, all of them, so that mankind may be guided towards the light." Surah Al-Baqarah. Adam's story was only the beginning, but it illuminated the path of wisdom, patience, and obedience for every human who came after him. From the first human, all of humanity descended. From the first lesson, life's struggles, triumphs, and discoveries began. Prophet Adam's story is the story of us all. Curiosity, choice, mistakes, repentance, and eternal guidance.